Falcons taking on the Vikings. Kirk Cousins back in Minnesota. 3 straight losses for Atlanta. They were flying high at 6-3. No touchdown passes, 6 interceptions for Kirk Cousins in those 3 losses. He leads the NFL with 13 picks, but he's going back to a place he knows very well. And the last time he played there, he had the best game of his career against the San Francisco 49ers on a Monday night 6 days before he blew out his Achilles and ended his career with the Vikings. So I think he's going to get right this week. I don't know if it's enough to beat the Vikings just because the Vikings seem a cut above the Falcons, but I don't think it's going to happen because Kirk Cousins throws 4 interceptions.
Maybe not 4. 2? Look, I don't think he's going to get right. He knows them. He knows that place very well. Unfortunately for him, they know him very well, too. They practiced against him. So Kevin O'Connell knows his tendencies more than anybody, and so does Brian Flores because he practiced against him. And so I just think it is it's going to be a great sentimental story for Kirk Cousins, maybe. I don't know, is he beloved in the Twin Cities? Not sure about that. But it'd be nice, some feel-good stories. Hey, remember when? Reminiscing Kirk Cousins. But on the field, I think it's going to be messy. I don't think he's going to get right. I'll be shocked if he doesn't throw a couple more picks.
I don't think he's beloved. At least he shouldn't be, because he arrived right on the heels of the Vikings having an unexpected appearance in the NFC Championship, where they had a special season with Case Keenum coming in for Sam Bradford and just, pulling a rabbit out of his hat one week after another. And they ended up like 13-3 and were up 7-0 against the Eagles in the NFC Championship before it fell apart. There was a belief that Cousins was going to take the program to the next level, and they had 1 playoff win in 6 seasons. But with all that said, Michael, and I've said this a few times, and I want to emphasize this, Vikings fans, not that they're inclined to boo anyone anyway because they're nice, they should not boo him. At the end of the day, he made a no-brainer business decision. The Vikings wanted to keep playing the year-at-a-time game. The Falcons came through with a $100 million fully guaranteed commitment. Anyone in their right mind would have taken that, especially when you're married to someone who's from the Georgia area. It's a no-brainer. One team's making a commitment, the other team isn't. Now, I don't know what he would have done if he had known that they were going to take Michael Penix Jr. with the 8th overall pick in the draft. That might have been a factor in his final analysis. But based on what was in front of him at the time, you can't be mad at him for doing the thing that any of us would have done.
Kirk Cousins should go to a business school. I would hire him as an associate professor at Stanford Business School, Michigan. Well, he's great. Harvard Business School. This man knows about making money. What an inspiration. He's not a top 5 quarterback, but you look at the amount of money Kirk Cousins has made over his career, some of the deals that he's signed, it's inspiring. So anybody who looks at Kirk Cousins and is upset, that is somebody, Mike, who hates money, because you really can't argue with it. He'd be foolish. You'd have to criticize him for turning it down and staying in Minnesota for some team-friendly deal. Absolutely not. You got to take those opportunities when they're presented to you.
But with all that said, the Falcons might have regrets because he has regressed. And the Michael Penix Jr. conversation has begun. And if he has another bad game, especially in Minnesota, it's going to get louder because the Falcons are starting. If they lose and the Bucs win, Bucs have the Raiders, Bucs are in first place, and you're going to have what I thought we'd have earlier in the season, the We Want Penix crowd in Atlanta, loud. And whether it's week 1 of next year or late part of this year, it could be that the Cousins plug gets pulled pretty quickly. All right. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.